Hi guys, this is Derek from Pacific Coast Auto, and we're looking at a 1992 Nissan Caravan. This one here is a four-wheel drive turbo diesel automatic transmission with what they call the Alternator roof. So we'll take a look at the inside outside auction sheet. This one here, bought from auction here in Japan, is going to be exported to the USA under the 25-year import regulations. Now we got the auction sheet here. I'm going to go over all the details and translate this into English in just a second here. But before we get into that, just going to show you the engine. Typical of this 2.7 liter turbo diesel, it is in good running condition. And I'm going to switch it off because diesels are noisy and it's already at operating temperature now. And so turn that off. Now we do have a turbo timer set up here. Maybe one of these dangly bits. This is toll collection box. This all needs to be cleaned up. Don't know where that turbo timer is, but it's going to stay on for a few seconds. What the turbo timer does is it keeps the engine running to give the turbocharger a chance to cool itself down. Now I want to keep that engine room open for a sec. I'm going to tell you something in there. There we go. Engine turns off. Now I can tell you. It's going to be quiet enough for me to say it. Okay, so these engines, known to be one of the most reliable four-cylinder diesel engines. They're not fast, but they are very reliable. Take a look. It looks like we have a new alternator put into here, and it looks like a pretty high capacity one, and so that's really nice. The turbocharger's over here. I guess medium size for the size of the engine. You can see the snail very clearly. Okay, standard injection, nothing special about that. But take a look at this. We have radiator cap, and I did open that, that's why it's wet around there. And we have radiator cap. And so this is something I just learned today. It's very cool. Take a peek back there. Turbo goes into here. Wow. I guess you can't see, can you? Okay, but this here is a water intercooler. So instead of an air intercooler, what it does is it cycles the water through the box in there, pushes the air through, or the compressed air through sleeves, kind of like a radiator, but instead of air being on the outside, there's water, and so that, I guess in theory, cools it better. I don't really know the performance of it compared to an air intercooler. They were popular in some Japanese cars in the 80s. Kind of cool that this car has that system. You can change the coolant here if you want, and it's a separate system from the radiator's coolant. Okay, so the oil and the coolant look to be fine. No problems really with that. And so looks like mechanically pretty good condition car. I'm going to lower the camera here so I can put the seat down. It needs two hands to do that. Holy moly. Okay. Wow, that closed faster than I thought it would. Or maybe I've been working out. Okay, so before we get into the exterior, I'm going to go over the auction sheet. These are the inspector's notes. And take a look at this. The yellow there, that's a fog light integrated into the headlight. So, kind of cool. 1992 Nissan Caravan. Caravan Wagon Limousine EXC Alternator roof. Four-wheel drive, auction grade 3.5, interior B, exterior B. I think interior and exterior could probably be a C here, but the vehicle I think is very good nonetheless because it's a diesel four-wheel drive. Awesomeness, it's black, the body's not that bad, and just these in the USA are pretty uncommon, yet it's going to be reliable, it's going to be cool, and that diesel power, it's coming at you with diesel power. So original black here, automatic transmission, 117, 520 kilometers, still had current registration in Japan. Sales points are purchased from user, aftermarket 15-inch wheels, power seats. Power seats? What? What's going on here? I don't remember power seats. Maybe I missed something. Ding dong, ding dong. Whoa, power seats. I will test those after. Okay, and so here the report is from the inspector. He says windshield rock chip, usually nothing to worry about. In fact, always nothing to worry about because it's going to be smaller than this big. Interior dirty, stain, Can't read that. Scratched, rip, wear. Okay, underside surface rust and corrosion. Now I did peek under there and did not find any corrosion. That doesn't mean it's not there, but from a non-lifted vehicle, I couldn't find any. AC doesn't work. Seat saggy, antenna is bent, and dashboard has some screw holes in it. And looking at the body, we have medium scratch, large scratch and dent, medium scratch and dent, cracked tail light. This medium scratch and dent is right next to the tail light. The damage happened at the same time. Cracked rear bumper part and medium dent here. So the body, I don't know why they gave it a B, but you can see, obviously, before you buy it, all of the little areas of damage. Wheels are scratched, various scratches and dents, and door mirrors are scratched. Whew. Okay, now the Caravan. Some people think of Dodge Caravan, but the Nissan Caravan started, I think, in 1976 or 1974. In fact, I have one. The first generation Caravan over there. Very cool, but sadly nobody's going to buy it off of me. And this one here is the third generation, maybe? I hope I didn't get that wrong. And it's basically everything that a Toyota Hiace is. They're very similar vehicles, always trying to one-up each other. And so I think that the Nissan has the better engine. Interior is kind of a wash. It could go either way, depending on what you like. I love the interior of both of them. In fact, I love everything about both these vehicles. I kind of like the looks of the Nissan better. I like the boxiness. I like the two-tone paint on this one. And the aftermarket wheels looks really cool. Oh, I guess you can kind of see the Alternator roof. It's a sunroof big enough for like 6 people to stand up through it. JDM tree, haven't seen you in a while. We have too many cars in the lot at the moment. You can probably hear the cicadas in the background. It's cicada season, so for the next 2 months you're going to hear those in all the videos. I'm very sorry about that. Okay, so there's the once around. Let's look at the biggest of the body damage. There's a lot of mild scratches that can be buffed out. A lot of them though. So it's going to take lots of elbow grease to get them out. Big ones, hard ones. Okay? Some of them, like this one and this one, you won't be able to buff out. But take a look around the handles here. Almost all of those you're going to be able to get rid of. And that's kind of the biggest problem on the body, is stuff like that. The other two things, the AU3, which is the large scratch and dent, is right at the bottom here. You can see it's kind of pushed in there. All right. And then the back where the taillight is cracked. Right there. Okay. Now you get a relatively short wheelbase. The four-wheel drive system does not have the locking hubs on them like the Hiace does. So I guess that's one pretty big difference. And came with a set of 4 wheels and tires from inside the car. The tires are junk, so they'll probably get thrown out. Something the Hiace doesn't have, it has this cargo cover that goes into the back. I don't know why you would need it, because one, we have super tinted windows here, but secondly, there are curtains that block off the back window, and they're power curtains, and they actually work properly. You press a button and they go beep. It's cool. This one here for seeing how close you are before you run people over. Just wanted to tell people how 2.7 TDI-ish you are. And then limousine executive. Okay, so on to the interior. I love this badge too. Limousine. Even though it's not really a limousine, is it? There are other parts about the body that I'm not going to get into, because the video is going to be forever if I do that. It's going to be boring just looking at scratches and stuff. But that was all in the standard report. This is just a summary video of the report. And so I'm just showing you basically some of the details. This side's actually pretty good. A couple of minor dents in it. And kind of the same thing as on the other side in terms of dents. The scratches are by far the bigger problem. Okay, going in, we're going to check these seats. How does this work? Okay, that works. And that works. Very cool. So we have a cigarette burn in the bottom of the seat as well as some pilling. I didn't find the rip in the interior, but the interior smells pretty bad. It smells like cigarettes and it smells like a wet dog was smoking them. It sounds funny saying that. The interior doesn't smell as bad as it sounds by me putting it that way. That's kind of a bad way to explain it. But it does have a bad smell inside and needs to be cleaned. Looks like the materials, all of them, including the shag carpet, and who doesn't like a good shag carpet, is really incredibly dirty. Okay, heat up so you can get it hot in here. Enter jokes about shagging. Yeah. That ding is so Japanese, isn't it? Okay, 117, 63 kilometers. And take the keys out so we don't have to deal with ding all day long. Some general wear on the steering wheel here. It's a Nardi steering wheel, which is cool. And it is a tilt steering wheel, but instead of like the whole column moving, it's just from here that tilts. And so you can move it all the way up so that the steering wheel is almost like horizontal. It's kind of funny. It's like a bus. Okay, jump in here. It did have an aftermarket stereo. I hid the faceplate. Bet you I'll never guess where I hid it. And then what else do we have? A shifter. Now you don't have any high range gears and low range gears. That is an omission that you have to deal with. Okay. But how often do you really use those? Unless you're in like a 4x4 and you're actually using it off-road. Okay, so power. This is your snow function so that it holds the transmission a bit. Don't know what a Landmaster is. 4-wheel drive switch, and so that is choosable. How bright your lights are. Rear cooler and heater. And there's a digital display here for the temperature of your rear cooler and heater. The sunroof I have open, so I'll show you in the back how big it is. And then this is electronic, it does work. Obviously, climate control AC, but a very basic kind of set for it. You just set it here to auto there, and then you set your temperature here. So I like 24 degrees, so there we go. Luckily there were no cigarettes in here because I hate cleaning those out. But it looks, or obviously it has been smoked in. There's the original CD player. Controls have been covered by an aftermarket one. And take a look at this. Whoa! Nissan remote control. So you have your rear AC, your rear heater, your sunroof can be handled by the remote, and then audio as well. So, pretty cool. What's this? Is that anything? Kind of looks like a box you can open, but maybe not. Alright, here's the curtains. So side curtain on left and right. And so the one on the left side here, it's all bundled together and snapped in, so you can't use it. But if you unsnap the piece, then the function does work. Did test it. And then the one in the back is the very back. Okay, and then these pretend ones on the sides, which I really don't like. I'm a huge non-fan of curtains on the driver's door because that's right where you shoulder check. But then again, nobody ever shoulder checks, so maybe that's why people use them. Back so you can put the drinks there. I guess that's how it's limousine-like. You can have drinks in it. Alright, so let's have a look at the back. Okay, so nice big door. Very standard engine hump there. More shag carpet in the back. Love shag carpet in cars, especially Land Cruisers. Okay, and so we got two seats here. They're way more molded than the high-ace seats are. Maybe more comfortable. I haven't sat in them for a very long time. Have a little bit of wear on there. And the plastic that teaches you how to do stuff is here. Both seats can be spun 360 degrees, and so you can set these ones to be facing backwards if you want, just like a high ace. You don't have shoulder belts in the back, you just have lap belts. And you got a little armrest here. Let's see, may be able to fold that down, I'm not sure. Okay, going into the back, you get a cigarette lighter adapter, as well as ashtray. Again, no cigarettes. Here's a CD player. Super dirty in the back here. Needs a carpet extractor big time. Hey, what's in here? Oh, broken fingers. Ooh. Okay, left and right curtains. And here's the rail for them. And so they go all the way closed. Very cool. And then, here's the roof. Okay, it says don't stand up while you're driving. Here's the back seats. And you get a pillow for when you get tired. So lots and lots and lots of leg room here. The back seat has a generally large amount of leg room. See there? I'm going to pull this so it comes forward. Hop in here. Side curtain controls here, really scratched up in the back here, and so this is probably be used more for cargo in this area. These seats can move forward to give you a bigger cargo area, but I have to say these Caravans are huge. They are huge in the back. So I don't think that you need very much more cargo room than you already have. Okay, and so it is super, ultra, Mambo, Tango, Foxtrot, dirty in the back here. But you get tie-down straps, which is cool. That rear board goes on to here and here, and then open and close, treasure box style. Looks like oil stains. Get them out with pine sol. Ooh, more CD places. No magazine. Okay, so in review, good vehicle, good value. Rust on the back, I forgot to mention. It's right here. Funny thing, the auction sheet said S1 on the front. No S1 there. It was on the back instead. Weird. Anyways, I think these are great vehicles. I think that more people should know about them and import them. This one needs a cleanup, but nothing is too far gone on it, and it could be a very nice vehicle with some elbow grease. So that's going to be the end of this video. Wow, we got up to 18 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. And that's going to be the end. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, check out our website, send us an email, whatever you feel like doing. So thanks a lot for watching, and have a great day.